This little old lady brought tears to my eyes. And it's not because, I lost both of my grandmothers at an early age, but because it was just so powerful, just because it showed just how good video games can be, how good gaming can be, how good people can be. In a world where literally everything's dramatic all the time, and we're always angry at video games and, really video game manufacturers and developers and publishers, not necessarily the game themselves. I wanted to show you this little old lady and just how wholesome she really is. Huge shout out to YouTuber Redline for finding her. YouTuber discovers elderly woman who's been keeping a dead video game alive for years. YouTuber Redline has an ongoing series where he visits video games with almost no players to check them out and see who's still keeping their servers populated. However, his most touching encounter so far was with a 78-year-old woman who's been maintaining her own little virtual world in a dead game for 6 years. Cinespace is one of many virtual RP games, role-playing games. Titles like this give players the tools they need to build their own maps and create characters to live in them. A lot of people use them as for a lot of different reasons. To meet people, maybe because they're lonely, maybe because they want to escape everyday life. There's a lot of games like this. Most of you might know games like Second Life or Active Worlds. So Second Life and Active Worlds, and many other legacy virtual space games, it has very few players, but it maintains a closely knit community. Redline discovered a user who goes by the name Arctic Rose on a small community map that she made herself. She's been helping run the community events in the game since and been keeping her map active for 6 years. Started at 72. And while most people she's the most people she's ever had show up to an event at once is 12, she treats her little community like family. While the video games tend to be perceived as a hobby for younger audiences, it's not all that outlandish for older people who are either retired or struggle with mobility to escape into online worlds of their own. And while these people might not be playing the biggest and most popular multiplayer games out there, some of them find respite in relatively small and unknown titles. For Arctic Rose, sorry, my German Shepherd just came in from outside and he's very excited to see Baba. For Arctic Rose, she created a map 6 years ago and maintains it, explaining to YouTuber Redline that she built it from the ground up at 72. This place was flat grass back when I bought it from the shop. Everything that's here, I put here because I like to build, she explained in a voice chat before inviting him back, excited to see a new name in the game that never gets any new visitors. The events that we have can have anywhere from 5 to 12 people. We haven't grown that much in 6 years. We're kind of a small community. We're kind of close-knit, like family, and we don't call each other family so much, but we don't call each other family so much. She then revealed she's 78 years old. Not to mention she built a tidy and well-organized map, which despite being small, is packed with detail and personality. Before moving on to the next game in his video, Redline stressed that if anyone does opt to hop into Cinespace, I think that's how it's pronounced, they absolutely have to be nice to her and her community, considering just how many people now know it exists. Yes, please do not troll this sweet, sweet soul. I don't want to call her a poor old lady, a sweet soul. If ever you try out Cinespace after this, please be nice and friendly. If you're mean to these people, then you have gravely disappointed me. I want to go to this video where he meets her because it's just so wholesome. And again, shout out to Redline. Let me shoot him a subscribe for this. Because this lady is so wholesome.
We're divided into two worlds.
By the way, she's got it all set up for the 4th of July. So this video came out on the 12th. Perceivably, it was filmed around the 4th of July. She took the time to decorate it for the 4th of July. I mean, she's in there. She takes this stuff seriously, and it's so cute.
The other one is called Jeff's World. You are in Sign Space right now.
Oh, it's called Sign Space.
And
sorry.
There's not many people online Of my friends, there's 5. And they're probably at Jeff's World at an event. That's some avatar you made.
She was curious as to how I found her, and I told her that there weren't exactly many people on, so I teleported to her.
I see. Well, it's nice to meet you. This place was flat grass
Look at how
when
how
I
nice she
bought
made
it
it.
from the shop.
She's got like a museum here. She put up all these trees, these American flag statues, their Independence Day decorations.
And everything that's here,
A mural of
I
the,
put here
looks like the Rockies
because
maybe.
I like to build. I have a friend from Montana, and he built Glacier Park. I hope you make some more avatars. It would be interesting to see what you come up with.
After talking for a bit, she added me as a friend and said she hoped to see me in the future. We got to discussing other games and talked about my escapades in other virtual worlds. I even recommended OS Grid to her, since she didn't like Second Life.
Osgrid, I've been there. What other names have you used?
Just think about this 78-year-old lady. I don't know. Maybe she's in a big house. Maybe she's in a community. Maybe she's, who knows? Maybe she's in a trailer somewhere. She sounds like maybe she has a little difficulty breathing. I can relate to that with the wildfires in Canada right now. I've got my air purifiers going like crazy, and it's still kind of giving me trouble. And she's in this video game, talking to people, keeping this game alive. This is why this little old lady, okay? This is why the Stop Killing Games initiative is so important. Because if the makers of these games are allowed to just, we're going to talk more about Stop Killing Games too. Because this lady is why it's so important. Because this, look, maybe she's got a thriving personal life and she's just chilling, playing some video games. I don't want to put that on her. But it's also possible this is the only thing she's got. It's possible that the other 5 or 6 players in this game, this is the only bright spot that they have in their life. And people like PirateSoftware, okay, they want these game companies to be able to take it away from them. Even though they've clearly spent money, I'm sure these things are expensive. You probably have to pay for cosmetics, I would imagine.
My goodness.
I then asked a pretty burning question about how many players this game actually has. I figured that a Signspace guide would be able to give me a proper answer to that.
The events can have anywhere from 5 people to 12. We haven't grown that much in 6 years. We're kind of a small community. We're kind of close-knit, like a family, but we don't call each other family so much.
Someone else by the name of Dark Ophelia joined in at this point, and I let them catch up for a bit. Rose asked how she was, to which Ophelia replied, "Still alive."
Yeah. Any day above ground is a good one. I don't know how old Jacob is, but if you care to tell me, I'd like to know.
I'm guessing people that say still alive or still above ground, generally probably an older person too.
And then I'll tell you how old I am. You're kidding.
22.
Okay. I'm 78.
Overall, we talked for about half an hour. She told me about other worlds she had made, places I should visit, and how she really enjoys this game. Club USA was starting to fill up at this point, so I figured it was time for me to wrap things up so she could talk with the regulars.
I mean, like, I don't know, like I teared up a little bit. Like, this is why initiatives like Stop Killing Games are so important. I don't know that this is all that this woman's got. I hope it's not. I don't know that it's all the 5 or 10 other people. But I do know if you're logging into a game that's this old, and like, that's why initiatives like Stop Killing Games are so important. A game once sold belongs to the customer. Prominent EU politician stands up for Stop Killing Games. One of the vice presidents of European Parliament publicly voiced his support for Stop Killing Games in a major win for the newly minted EU Citizens Initiative. On July 12th, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, they posted a video on their Instagram story announcing that they had signed the Stop Killing Games petition and plans to help the movement. He said in a video, "I stand with the people who started this Citizens Initiative. I signed and will continue to help them. A game once sold belongs to the customer and not the company." While he can only do so much for Stop Killing Games movement at the moment, his support could be crucial, or rather when Stop Killing Games reaches the Parliament floor. As a member of the European Parliament, he will be able to help make the case for Stop Killing Games if it comes to debate. And for Americans, this is why I think, it getting initiative and getting building momentum in the EU, because if it can pass there, then hopefully it can pass here. And I want people to think about like these little old ladies, or maybe that kid who's in high school that just doesn't have a lot of friends, but has them online. These game companies who are willing to take that away from them are evil. And there should be a way to be able to continue, even if it's at your own expense or something, to keep these games alive. And that's why I support Stop Killing Games, and I wish them the best. And I bet you Arctic Rose would agree.